moments, Combs' ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, is set to retake the stand and face what we expect to be her final round of questions.
During the trial, Cassie looked the worst because they caught her in so many lies. One of the points the prosecutors have been really hounding back on Cassie is she was powerless. Cassie was 19 years old when she met Diddy. Diddy was her label owner. He had her life in his palm of his hands. She couldn't just leave Diddy. Whenever she made attempts to leave, Diddy would draw her back in. He would be really violent to her. Cassie had lack of power and did things under pressure and fear. This would show Diddy trafficking Cassie when they had the freak-offs. Prosecutors brought up an incident in her lawsuit against Diddy that took place in 2018 where Cassie and Diddy moved on. Cassie moved on with her new lover, Alex the trainer. Her and Alex got close and started dating. Cassie and Diddy have broken up for a while now, but they wanted closure from each other. So Diddy and Cassie agreed to dinner. They met up and had dinner and it went well, and they both had an understanding that they broke up with each other and they left on good terms. After the date, Diddy dropped her off at her home. Now this is when the prosecutors start to play the power part to break down how Diddy had so much power over Cassie. So Cassie was still staying at the condo that Diddy owned and was still paying for. They also claimed that Diddy had the key to it, so he made his way there and forced himself in and violently assaulted Cassidy. That was in the lawsuit. However, this is where everything fell apart for Cassie, because to see the real Cassie, she's not an innocent person. She's a mastermind, put in this situation in a lawsuit to get extra money from Diddy. But she made a mistake in this misrepresenting of the truth, and Cassie just outright lied about what took place that night.
A lot of time trying to discredit Cassie. There's a couple things here. So Cassie had testified during direct about an alleged rape that happened in 2018. She said it was in August. Well, they pulled up transcripts and her lawsuit, her 2023 lawsuit, where she said that it happened in September of 2018. And this was after Diddy returned from Burning Man. And during direct, she said that the rape occurred in August again, and that night he was trying to convince her to go to Burning Man. Then they showed us text messages between Cassie and Diddy from August of 2018.
What do you think those messages say? There are a reason why Cassie gave them the wrong month. By the way, because those messages of the actual date took place. They got the messages after the incident. Also, Cassie stated that after Diddy forced himself on her that night was the night they spoke and seen each other. But 2 days after the incident, Cassie was texting Diddy to link again, trying to go out for his birthday party.
He says to her, or she texts him with a heart, and this is like a day or two after they went to that dinner, and then he allegedly raped her. And sorry, is it loud? I hope it's not. She texted him with a heart, and he said, "I'm sorry that I've fallen off." Again, paraphrasing. "I didn't turn you on last night or the other day." And you know, she's responding, and they're having a conversation like all is well. And then they go to another friend's birthday party a few days later. So again, poking a lot of holes. And then there was something wild, a recording that we heard that I thought was super wild. And I didn't bring up what I'm about to tell you the other day because it wasn't, I don't know, I guess I didn't think it was important, but wow, now it's pretty crazy. And by the way, just going back to Cassie responding with, you know, or corresponding with Diddy after the alleged rape, I don't want to get any hate for that. I'm sure that the state is going to put a doctor or a psychologist or psychiatrist on the stand testifying about trauma survivors and abuse and how they react. Just a side note.
Upon that text message, Cassie was in a relationship with Alex and didn't tell him about linking up with Diddy. So the prosecutor asked Cassie, "Did you ever had intercourse with him again?" She says, yes, voluntarily. We had a good night. I went back. The allegation took place. She was in a relationship with her now husband, then boyfriend Alex. After Diddy being the biggest monster she met and wanted to get away from him, she voluntarily went back to Diddy, cheating on her boyfriend. Prosecutors asked, did you ever have intercourse with him again? Ventura said, yes, voluntarily. We had a good night. I went back to his house. Her excuse for going back was, we've been together for 10 years. She even FaceTimed her boyfriend Alex during their intercourse, which led the boyfriend Alex to punch a hole in the wall after finding out. I'm not supporting Diddy action in anything, and he is a terrible human being. He put his hands on Cassie, which is not right, putting your hand on a female as a man. And I just don't understand him being a monster to her and treating her the way he did. Why would she go back to him voluntarily? You know, it's just not making sense to me.